Hey everyone, it's Mike with It's Pittsfield Tonight. I'm going to jump right into it, and this video is going to be about a topic that it seems like we've beat it to death, but it's back in the news again, and that is from the snowstorm that took place on December 23rd. That was reported by local media that there were 69 automobile accidents related to that storm. There was all sorts of problems with the roads that lasted for 3 to 4 days. And it was a complete mess. Since then, the city councilors, a few of the city councilors have put petitions forward asking for our Commissioner of Public Services, Ricardo Morales, to come forward and give his explanation as to what happened. A lot of people in the city felt that that was not dealt with appropriately, that a lot of these accidents could have been prevented. And due to that storm and due to those accidents, if you have a car that was damaged and you're waiting to get that replaced, try getting into an auto body shop right now. Try going through the dealerships. The wait is a couple months. It's March, in some cases into April. Trying to get parts is incredibly difficult because of what happened during the pandemic, coming overseas from China. And of course, everything we have in this country seems to be made in China. So just getting parts that are on back order, and again, there's so many vehicles from that storm that were damaged, just trying to get in there before mid-March is near impossible. So for a lot of people, their insurance doesn't cover a rental for a couple months. And it's costing them a ton of money, a major inconvenience. And again, this all goes back to what happened. Why were the other communities prepared? Why was the state prepared, and so forth? So our Commissioner of Public Services did put his response out that was sent out to the city councilors, and he'll be presenting that, I guess, at Tuesday's city council meeting, and maybe the mayor as well. We'll see how that works out. But the local paper did an article on it, and basically if you read that article, this is, just to sum it up briefly, it seemed like one of these. The sun was in my eyes, the dog ate the route, the sun was in my eyes, my friends told me to do it, it wasn't my fault, we did everything we could. Somehow the motor vehicle accidents that he listed in the report was lowered from the original 69 that the local paper reported down to 43. I found that odd, but and he's saying, it was more snow than was predicted. That was every excuse you could have. So he's saying that the city did nothing wrong. They handled that every way they could, and it's not his fault. We're not prepared. He's also saying that we need magnesium chloride, and he's asking the city, the councils, to vote to approve, I think, $32,000 for that. So one of the things that really, a few things, but that part particular that stood out to me, because if you go to City of Pittsfield's website, which is cityofpittsfield.org, and I do this at the beginning of every year, and on there they have the City of Pittsfield Snow and Ice Control Plan. On it, it tells you the City of Pittsfield encompasses 42.5 square miles and has a population of approximately 45,000 people. I didn't know we were up that high, but maybe we are. The city is responsible for snow and ice control on 208 miles of roads, accepted and unaccepted, 6 miles of sidewalk, 20 city-owned buildings, 5 parking lots, 2 parking garages, and 2 lake entrances and parking lots. And then they'll tell you the policies, level of storm response, light snow, inclement weather, snow accumulations of 1 inch or less, small winter storm, snow accumulations of 1 inch to 3 inches, medium winter storm, snow accumulations of 3 inches to 8 inches, requires full plowing operations with highway personnel focused on main roads and contractors and residential streets. So this last storm was a medium winter storm. And then it tells you major winter storm or blizzard is snow accumulations of 8 inches or more, requires full plowing operations with highway personnel focused on main roads and contractors and residential streets. These storms are typically of longer duration, will often result in 12 hours on, 12 hours off shift work for snow personnel. So that was a medium storm by their standards, but there was icing due to it. Now, here's the other part that caught my attention on this, because we're being told that they did everything they could with what they have, but they need more money for magnesium chloride. Well, if you go again to the website, it will tell you the operations: salting and sanding, anti-icing, de-icing, plowing. It gives you the whole breakdown of it, which it also includes on here. And let me just find it real quick. The city is divided into 6 sanding routes that are further subdivided into 2 sections: main streets and residential streets. The predominant method of treating streets is with the use of straight salt, which can be used on all streets to melt the snow. When pavement temperatures are below 18 degrees Fahrenheit and salt loses its effectiveness, the city may use a salt mixture that has been treated with magnesium chloride, or in severe cases, a 50-50 sand-salt mixture to provide improved traction on the roadway. So many people, including myself, that pay attention to this stuff, were under the impression we were already using magnesium chloride. And why would we be under that impression? Because it's listed on the City of Pittsfield Snow and Ice Control Plan. Now we're finding out, oh, we're not outfitted for that. I think if the community knew that ahead of time, this could have been cut off before it happened. We could have addressed it. But again, they've said that we did have that and we were ready to go. In fact, back in November, the Commissioner of Public Services, Ricardo Morales, did an interview with, I believe it was WAMC, talking about how prepared we are, and talked about all our personnel that would be out there plowing had GPS, that we know where they are at all times, and he focused on accountability and getting everything done appropriately. So I'm assuming in this report, this 20-page report that he has submitted to the council, that also the GPS tracking will show, because that will end any arguments about who was plowing and who wasn't plowing. It will show exactly how many vehicles we had out plowing and where they were. So I would assume, since that is information that he said we have and all the vehicles are equipped with that, that will be in the report. But if you were to listen or read the article he did with the local publication, he suggests that they did everything possible and it wasn't their fault. And look, I'm not trying to put blame on anybody, and I don't think anybody is, as far as, that's not what this is about. This is about, according to the original report, which I kind of believe that more, the high multitude of accidents, the vehicle damage, the personal property damage, trying to get those vehicles repaired there. This seriously disrupted people's lives and cost them a lot of money. And a lot of people are saying it wasn't my fault. The roads weren't treated. Not everybody can just call in for 3 or 4 days. You have to get to work. The city has to function. It's winter. We should have been prepared for this. And now we're finding out all of a sudden, because this happened, we can't treat, we don't have the ability to treat with magnesium chloride, even though the city's snow removal plan says we do. Everyone thought we were prepared for this. So again, we'll find out Tuesday. I'm going to follow up with some of the counselors and see if I can get them on for an interview. I'll be reaching out to Peter Marchetti. I'll be reaching out to Karen Kalinowski. I'll be reaching out to Earl Persip and Kenny Warren. I'll try to do a mix and see, if I can get different interviews with them and we can get a different take on this. And hopefully that all that information, including the GPS information, will be given on Tuesday's meeting. So the last thing I wanted to mention, and I feel the need to mention this, is I put a post up on the It's Pittsfield Tonight Facebook page that I said, why post, and this isn't verbatim, I could pull it up, but why post something to Facebook as an article to social media that has a paywall behind it? It should be free if you're posting to social media accounts. And one of our city councilors, Pete White, posted on there, and I'm assuming it was because of what I posted. It was in response to that, even though he did not mention my name or It's Pittsfield Tonight, but it was at the same time. How do you, how they can't do it for free? They have employees to pay. They have this one to pay. They've got a business to run. We need journalism. Our state rep, Tricia Farley, I think, commented on there that something along the lines of, democracy is at stake if we don't support local journalism. And my point with that, and I posted a response on the page that many of you did see, but I'm going to mention it again, was, look, that is clickbait marketing. And that was my point. Clickbait marketing in today's world doesn't work. It deters people from subscribing to your service. It annoys the hell out of people. They don't like it. My point was, if you're using social media to promote your business, which of course that's what Facebook predominantly is now, we all know that, you put free articles on there to gain the traffic. For your paid exclusive articles to promote your business, to gain new subscribers, you design clean, simple ads that explain your services, explain why you should subscribe to a certain publication, how you can benefit from that, what the material is, how great of a deal it is, and you do clean, simple marketing that way. And you'll gain more subscribers that way. To hide a paywall behind an article that somebody wants to read is incredibly frustrating. And if you look at certain comments, you'll notice where people will say, can someone copy and paste it so I can read it? It's not going to gain you any subscribers. And that was my point. Never once did I say any local business should be giving away their services. I never suggested that they don't have people to pay. I simply stated that clickbait marketing on social media doesn't work anymore. It's old school. It deters people. And if that particular business contacted me, I'd be, that would be great. The last thing I want to do is see any business go under. That's for sure. I don't look at them as that way. I support all local businesses, including any local media outlets. So I just wanted to make that clear, very clear on that. And I was disappointed that a city councilor looked at it that way without reading what I said and just jumping to conclusions. Don't be, it's funny, some of the same people who tell us that, don't be afraid of change and this and that, well, they need to listen to their own advice, and they need to listen to what somebody was saying. I was not putting down a local business, and I wasn't suggesting anybody should do anything for free. I was simply stating a fact, and I think most people would agree with that style of marketing doesn't work anymore. So that's it on that. I've got a lot of great stuff coming up this week for Pittsfield, which is the panel discussion show that I did a pilot of. Many of you seen it. The first episode for season 1, episode 1, will be coming out this coming week. It's Pittsfield tonight. I have another episode of that coming up, so I'm really excited about that. A lot of stuff on the channel, a lot of good things happening, highlighting a lot of our local businesses, and just promoting Pittsfield in a positive light and the people that live in it. So everybody, stay engaged, stay informed. If you can, watch the city council meeting. You can catch it on PCTV. They stream it through their website or on cable, Spectrum, channel 1303. And that'll be Tuesday night at 6. Or sometimes the Facebook page, too. Sometimes you can catch it there. But stay engaged, pay attention, or show up. That'd be a good one to show up to in person at the council chambers. But if you can't make it in person, definitely pay attention and watch that. And I'll be covering with some of the councilors after that meeting how this goes. So that's it for now. Stay engaged, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and I'll catch you all in the next day or two.